How are y'all doing tonight?
Flame on. What's up?
What's
What's
up? What's
up?
up? Okay, so Shattered Grid, I would say, is, in my opinion, one of the best crossovers that I have personally read. And I know it evolves around Lord Drake, Drakon. He decided his world was too small for ambition, if I'm not mistaken, or I guess it was too
That's
big
pretty
for
much the
him to take
gist.
over.
That's pretty much the
And
gist.
he figured out a way not to only conquer the world, but to defeat the Rangers as well by defeating one Ranger from every team across the multiverse and basically absorbing their power. And he was
And
able to get the White and Green Ranger. And this is the Tommy that stayed loyal to Rita.
mhm.
And so, it was an alternate Tommy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, uh, I think in some point we had a alternate Tommy. He died, same as like in Mighty Morphin, came back as the White Ranger. But then we had Matt come back as the Green Ranger after escaping from Rita Repulsa.
Matt was recruited by Agent Grace, someone who Zordon recruited. Basically, there was an attempt during the 60s to open the space dumpster. They forwarded that, but most of Agent Grace's team was massacred. And Matt becomes the new Green Ranger literally as part of her vanity project. That so and I just wanted to declare this right now. This is from Boom Comics to essentially Power Rangers in the present day. So think of it as a reboot, as it were. So if Power Rangers ever gets rebooted, this is the template right here.
Yeah, I don't think Cosmic Fury would be the best option because all you're doing is just focusing on what is it, Dino Fury or whatever it's called.
So if they ever do dare to break away from the Sentai footage, this would be the good template for a reboot. And I might actually do a video on this, so stick around
And
for that.
so, if anybody doesn't know, Shattered Grid came in 2018. Uh, I used to have the first issue. It got stolen. Rest in peace. But it was mostly written, and shout out to Kyle Higgins, one of the best comic book writers that I know. And it was a going Mighty Morphin. It wasn't canon. Wait, I think no. It was. I would say it was more of like multiverse instead of canon. They never really aired it. But if we go to the alternate universe, so do y'all know the exact reason why Tommy refused to join the Power Rangers and remained loyal to take on the name Drakon? Like, where did Drakon come from?
Drakon, basically, Lord Drakon is from another dimension,
Yep.
right? And in this dimension is where instead of Tommy joining the team, he becomes confused and conflicted on what he should do next.
Right.
So he goes back to Rita, and under Rita's influence and whatnot, takes over, basically becomes the evil Green Ranger again, type of thing. And obviously, um, Zordon needed a new Ranger, so Jason willingly put his name forward to becoming the new White Ranger. But in the process of doing that, Lord Drakon pops up and takes the powers for himself in the process of killing Jason from that dimension.
And
Yep.
he I would say among these, after fusing all the Green and White Ranger or whatever, he also killed Rita to form his own army, if I wasn't mistaken, including Scorpina. What was it? It start with the F. I know I call it F5. I forgot what the F stands for.
Finster 5.
But yeah, that's it.
Finster.
And
Finster.
he brainwashed Kimberly and made her the Ranger Slayer.
Hmm.
And I guess Zach and Trini found the coinless and resistance movement and then they tried to oppose Draken, but another Tommy from an alternate universe, and I love this part, and the fellow Rangers confronted him. So destroying the power coin in the process as they returned to the universe. Uh, I just love the fact that Drakon just said, "Oh, y'all gonna go? Oh, I'm just gonna follow y'all too. I'm just, I'm just gonna, I'm just not gonna give you a chance."
And fun fact, Power Rangers Shattered Grid was also tied to Power Rangers Battle for the Grid,
Really?
which is a fighting game.
Yeah, it
Yes.
came out around the same time. I think it was a direct promotion for it, or at least that live action Draken we saw was promo for the game.
No. So it was supposed to be for Legacy Wars, Shattered Grid, and
Mm,
whatnot. And then after that, they had a fighting game come out, which was called Battle for the Grid. And essentially, the story mode is similar to what we got in Shattered Grid. Very, very similar. And they got the original voiceover for Jason David Frank, may rest soul. Jason David Frank to return as Tommy, and you got Austin St. John to return as Jason. So you got the two most popular actors to come back for Power Rangers.
Right. Now, uh, didn't Drakon get captured prisoner after he arrived with the Rangers after following them?
he
If I'm not,
was
Uh,
taken. I
he was
believe he
take,
was arrested for a while, if I
he
remember
was
correctly.
arrested. He was arrested a long time after. This is after Battle for the Grid. Sorry, after Shared Dimension. Sorry, in the
and
comics.
I don't think they ever gave a name to the top secret containment facility that held him. But
No,
Saba appears and tries to kill him, but frees Drakon, and he just
Yeah,
uses Saba to escape. But I don't understand. Like, I guess Saba was just following the White Tiger.
I believe Saba was broken or brainwashed, one of the two.
no. Saba was handled by Tommy, the evil Tommy, right?
Right,
Um, and obviously he couldn't break the will of Tommy's grip, right? If you think about it.
right,
And when Tommy fused the two coins together, it became he was he became Lord Draken as we know and love him, right?
right,
Right,
So he had the green dagger for the Green Ranger, and he had the white tiger power. But he didn't have
right.
the sword. He didn't have a sword of his own, by the way. He still had Dragon Sword, but he could. I think he had his different Megazord or something. I'm not sure.
I want to. I think I only remember the Dragon Zord. I mean, he probably did have another Megazord.
I think so. I think so as well. Excuse me, God, I can't talk. But this was a so Draken pretty much steals the coins. He breaks into other dimensions. Now the multi. If I wouldn't say Power Rangers has a multiverse because it only branch. It's only like three continuities. It's the main line, RPM, and what happened at the end of Dino Charge, or at least those are the main three. There may be a fourth one if we're counting the movies, but at least those are the main three.
No, movies is continuity. Except for Mighty Morphin the movie, the Power Rangers Turbo is a canon.
Okay,
Yeah,
because it's a prologue to Turbo. Okay,
Yeah, that's canon. So if anything, there's only three dimensions: Dino Charge, RPM,
the
and
main one.
the main continuity. Yeah,
Four if we're counting this one because this is technically Boom Comics, but again, this was before they officially
but
established that this was modern reinterpretation and went their own way. Sorry, Talade, you were talking.
I was gonna say that like the Boom comic stuff, they adapted all of that into Battle for the Grid.
Nice.
And
Like
you
you
know,
can see Zeo, SPD, Time Force, RPM, uh, Beast Morphers, and you can see all the Megazord from the Shogun Megazord, Titan Megazord, Wild Force, um, the Dragon Zord in fighting mode.
The Shogun Megazord, Wild
Yeah.
Force, Ninja Storm. I want
Let
to
me
say
see.
that's Operation Overdrive in the back.
I think so. Wild Force is in there.
Yeah.
I see Wild Force. I see
Yeah, but
Mighty Morphin. I think that Samurai. I see a Chinese symbol on that one on the far right.
That's the Shogun Megazord.
And then if you look on the far left, that's Ninja Storm. And I can't get the two in between Wild Force and Ninja Storm.
neither can I.
I want to say this the Lightspeed Megazord, but I can't tell from this angle.
But now the main story, time is Time Force was investigating a rift. They got too close. The Time Force Megazord basically almost becomes inescapable for Jen Scotts. Um, and we got Jason and Tommy. They confront Promethea director Grace for secretly hiding Lord Draken. Like they hated that idea. And then we know Draken goes back, and the Rangers uh, recourse while Billy, doing what Billy knows best, expresses his desire for Trini's help in making Black Dragon work again so they can, I guess, warn the coinless of Draken's return. Like, I never got why the Black Dragon would have helped anyway.
Again,
Mm, Go on.
it is a little convoluted in places, but the story works for what it was trying to tell. It gets all the Ranger teams together. It pretty much officially distinguishes the Boom comics as its own thing, and it kind of gives Tommy a redemption arc, even if the main version of Tommy hadn't turned villain yet. It's kind of like One Bad Day in a way, or even Injustice to a degree, where Tommy has a choice to make. And in one reality, he chooses to join the Rangers. On the other, he ends up being corrupted by Rita's influence and becomes evil. So it's literally a duel of the fates in a way.
Tommy died, I think, in this too.
Ranger Slayer attempted to kill Tommy before he could become Draken, but he gets revived by the Morphing Grid. It's a whole thing.
And there, I hated the part where it was Tommy's funeral. Jen warned the Rangers that Dragon wanted unbelievable power, causing the grid and just all of reality to fracture. Which I never thought the morphing grid was that powerful to like fracture Earth like that.
I mean, it's a cosmic power that creates different costumes, Ranger teams, and Megazords. I mean, if you push it to its breaking point, it's going to cause a collapse.
And now we're gonna we're gonna get into detail about these people, but if I'm not mistaken, Zordon contacts the emissaries. Now, if y'all don't know who the emissaries are, viewers, the emissaries are these supernatural cosmic beings these three beings that can literally take the form of any blue, yellow, red ranger.
Now, in case you were confused by the morphing masters you may have seen in later seasons, it's essentially the same concept.
It is. The Morphin Masters is basically the emissaries. And I guess Zordon at some point tried to put his faith in the emissaries, but I don't even think the emissaries would have touched Draken at this point. And because Draken had an army, so Draken said, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just, start my old plan." He goes, I think, samurai. He attacks them and steals most of their morphers, and then before using a ninja, I think that's if I'm pronouncing that correctly, to transfer all the energy to himself, because you got to think that that's what he used Nino to transfer all of the power from those Rangers morphers into his own to create a new form of Rangers or samurai or whoever he absorbed for his army. So he was basically multiplying,
You're right.
and he just goes about murdering all other versions of Tommy. Now, I hate the fact that one version of Tommy just said, "Oh, I'm just gonna go kill every version of me. It's okay." That's basically making yourself non-existent, or I mean, basically accepting one part of the multiverse.
It's not really time travel per se, it's more traversing other dimensions, but I get your logic.
And you see, just like in this one right here, like this man literally slaughtered. Like no one matched his power, but there was only one person that could, and that was Rita after she got the Zero Crystal, or maybe Lord Zed after he morphed.
Since those storylines don't happen till later on, I would guess it could hold their own against Draken, depending on how there's current crossovers going. But it's still a toss up. What's up, Tevia?
Draken would kill the emissary. I don't know about that, my guy.
Taladia, what do you think?
Draken as what?
He said
And
Draken
the
would
emissary.
kill the emissaries.
Mm, maybe not. We'll
I
have to
feel
see.
I feel like the emissaries are like you can't really kill them. Like they're part of the morphing grid.
Oh yeah, you can't kill the morphing grid.
And you got to think the emissaries can take form of any ranger. They're like literal entity beings. Like you can't kill them unless you like destroy the morphing grid. But he can't do that, or he'll lose his power.
But the one thing I'll say, right, when it comes down to Power Rangers Shattered Grid, once Lord Draken gets this, they they shift their um you get to see the ending of Shattered Grid in a video game format, which is so cool. So if you wanted a shorter, condensed version of Shattered Grid, Battle for the Grid is for you.
And and I guess you know this Rita, I guess, I guess in a way suppresses Draken's power in a way, and
So so in Battle for the Grid, I'm gonna say this: Rita and Zordon team up to take down Draken from the main timeline.
hmm,
Because in the main timeline, that Rita and that Zordon is still alive,
right.
right? But in Lord Draken's era, that Rita is dead.
Oh yes, because he killed Rita after I guess he stayed loyal until he got the power he needed, and then he did the floor with Rita.
Yeah, deleted them.
And
Yeah, but
you
go
can go
ahead.
ahead, bro.
Go on.
You can go ahead, bro.
I'm just feeling like that's a pretty high ball to say he could take on the morphing masters or emissaries or whatever you want to call them. That's a pretty high ball.
It is, and then at some point, all the Rangers traveled to the moon. Thanks to Grace, and they encountered newly added white, silver, and gold centuries. And just as Rita suppresses Draken's power, uh, you know, Finster electrocutes, them saving Draken so he can connect more Ranger energy for himself and evolve into his final form. Now, at this point, I forgot what his final form even looked like.
This is his final form.
Oh, that is it right there?
Yeah, with the Zeo like powers and combined with the Zeo powers, I do know that.
Now, was there like anybody who did defeat Draken? I mean, like outside of the Shattered Grid, like in the comic wise.
Mm, I can't remember. It's so long ago I read
Didn't I
Shag.
thought didn't Jason Lee Scott, the Red Ranger, do it?
The Omega Red Ranger,
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah, Omega. I thought because I wasn't Jason turned into the Omega Ranger.
Yes, they turned Jason from the original Red Ranger into the Omega Ranger.
And so now, in the sense of when the Rangers destroyed Draken's lunar tower, and I will get in detail about the lunar tower, cutting off the sentries and opening the rift, Draken enters the morphing grid himself and defeats the emissaries. Takes possession of the morphing masters at this point, and destroying the multiverse and creating a world where he is the hero, and learns to, you know, that Kimberly overcharged Tommy's past with the Chaos Crystal. Kimberly will always find a way. Look, Kimberly's the key to anything when it comes to Tommy.
Hmm.
And I guess when he killed present day Tommy, he transferred the spirit into himself. So I guess Kimberly somehow removes himself from Draken's body, which I kind of don't understand how a chaos crystal could do, separate, Tommy's spirit and Draken's.
Right, right. But
Yeah, yeah.
like I said, Shadow Grid gets very convoluted towards the end, but the fan service, I mean, this is the story's solid. It just gets convoluted at certain points.
But it's just the fact of like, I thought the emissaries was like at the top. I mean, like the top of all Rangers. Like nothing can beat them. They're like the gods.
Indeed.
But you know, then while the multiverse was fixed to a level, uh, do y'all know how Prometheus space station was removed? Like after Dracon was done and all
No.
that.
Jahid, do you remember?
No ideas. Again, I kind of fell off. Boom Comics Power Rangers, not gonna lie.
Because at this point, this teleported the Rangers into uncharted territory. And from what I'm seeing there, Matt, at this point, plays a part, becomes aware, and he implores Kimberly and the others to entrust their secret to him. When they refuse to answer, friction develops between them. Rita has a new plan to destroy the Rangers once and for all. Now, I feel like at this point, that's where Once a Ranger took place. I mean, you got to think, Rita did come back in a new form and tried to destroy everything. And almost succeeded.
Almost, but she didn't.
That plan was probably the most effective I ever seen of Rita.
Again, I kind of fell off the comics, so you might have the comics, but I feel like this does create a new interest in Power Rangers, especially, and who knows, maybe it might revitalize the franchise because I
Yeah, and
have heard rumors.
I want to
Go
see
ahead.
another. I want to see my boy right there, Magnum Defender, make a revamp.
A
Maybe.
revamp.
And then I would not mind seeing Kimberly as the Ranger Slayer because I heard that bow is something serious.
Hmm.
But again, if they were gonna do adapt Shattered Grid, I feel like it would be better animation. I just feel like it would be better in animation because this would be almost impossible to pull off live action.
Yeah, I feel like it really would. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into a little bit of side topic. Now, Jay, in our last episode, we talked about Draken's morph in issue 108, 107.
Yep.
Now, who do you think would win?
Ooh, that's a hard matchup. That is a hard matchup. Not gonna
we I,
lie.
we have not really seen Lord Sid at least in battle. I mean, he destroyed Rita. I know that for I mean, because Rita turned his back on him, or she turned his back on him and skinned him alive. So, but at the same thing, I mean, I feel like Draken kind of has the upper hand in this in some sense because I feel like if Shattered Grid or as the Dragon story somewhat continues, a lot of people agree at some point now that we have a Morph Zed and then you got Draken, they're both evil, trying to be the most powerful, evil being in the universe. They're gonna bump heads eventually,
Definitely.
and
And go ahead.
I just like, mm, I I kind of want to put on my bets on Draken because unlike Zed, Draken has more energy infused in in his morph than Zed does. Into my sense, I mean, he has like two plus all other Ranger infused energy, and all Zed is when he morphs, it's just that's his actual skin.
Again, Lord Zed has centuries of experience. He's a Zoltarian. It would be a very close fight. It would be a very close fight. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
As okay, so now we're gonna take a lot of people down, memory lane, and we are going to, talk about, and this is 100% accurate by stats. The 10 powerfulest Rangers that has like ever aired, and some are in Shattered Grid. And we're gonna start off with 10, and that is, Matt himself. Like this Green Ranger is stronger than Tommy's. I ain't gonna cap.
Yes, it's a revamp of the powers Tommy had, but I'd still say Tommy would kick his ass. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. Well, I
Tommy's a
don't
better
know.
fighter.
I mean,
Tommy's a better fighter.
I feel like we did see them in the comic, White Ranger and Matt fighting side by side, and the fight style was somewhat similar. I mean, they both have years of experience, and Matt
Yeah,
was already a experienced fighter, but he was captured by Rita.
I definitely feel like a redemption arc was due for Matt. I get where they were coming from, but I do not see this Ranger sticking around. He's gonna leave the role. He's gonna lose his power. Something's gonna happen to him. I don't know if it's happened yet because again, I am not up to date with these comics. But I feel like Agent Grace's little vanity project here is gonna blow up in her face. But
Because they
this
overcharged
was
didn't they? Because I think when Zordon or Grace and them made him the Green Ranger, they had to supercharge the power coin.
yes. Zordon
yep.
had to supercharge the power coin when Tommy lost his powers, and once he got the powers back, Zordon had to use his own energy.
And
And
that was
they
to buy time when the candle was extinguished. Now, I feel like Agent Grace's role was a similar scenario to what they did in the show. but they skipped a lot because they don't want to play out the same way as the TV show did. So I don't think Boom Comics even did Green with Evil. They kind of skipped over.
No, they did. They skipped over Green of Evil and went to more of like a alternative timeline when I guess Tommy either stayed loyal to Rita or he like skipped that and died, came back as White Ranger, and then Matt joined, and then you had the White and Green Ranger on the same side.
Yeah.
What do you think, Taladia? Is Matt a good Ranger? Is he just a Tommy
I haven't read.
replacement?
I think it's Tommy, just a straight up copy and paste of what Tommy is. It's Control C, Control V, right?
Yeah, it's basically
And
them passing the torch down, basically.
but I reckon he'll lose the power, and then Tommy. Remember how we gotta remember how does Tommy get the Green Ranger powers again? So many years later, because remember he has the Master Morpher by the 25th anniversary. So how does he have the Green Ranger powers? So it makes me think that Ryan loses the power.
And
Sorry, Matt
Tommy,
loses the
and
power.
it's already somewhat part of Tommy, so it was easy for him to tap into it.
I feel like either way, Matt's going to lose his powers. Either he's going to be killed off or he's going to give up his powers willingly. Like, hey, I'm sorry I was a jerk to you guys. I was ignorant of the burden and responsibility that comes with being a Ranger. I got a taste of it. I showboated. I kind of wanted to get back at Tommy a little bit, and I screwed up.
Okay, and
And
Number 9.
number 9.
Doggy Kruger.
One of the best mentors of the Disney era and one of the best Rangers of all time. I got to give it to him.
They're saying he is officially in the top 10 of the universe's powerfulest Rangers. He killed 100 enemies at once. At once with Shadow Saber.
Actually, it's the Crybots. They're meaningless.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's cool. The choreography is cool, but they're the minions of the season. They're kind of fodder in the grand scheme of things.
yeah, so it doesn't really count.
But you got to think, I feel like he's probably one of, I guess, in my top 5 powerfulest, I guess, extra Rangers.
Now, Kruger's badass, and he carries over directly from the Sentai. If you think Kruger looked ridiculous in SPD, watch Deca Ranger. It is like,
oh, it's a different. Oh, it's dark. It's dark. You think, look, Super Sentai? Look about it. Our version of Power Rangers is like sunshine and rainbows. You go over there, it's like fire and hell.
and just about every auxiliary ranger or 6 ranger advocate gets killed off by the end of the Sentai every time.
Every time. I'm talking about
At
boom
least
off
one.
a map. Off a map.
At least one.
Now, do you think
Geladia?
okay his fight style, like out of all the 6 Rangers, like would you put him higher than a 9?
He's one of the best fighters. I mean, go ahead, Talia.
I put Kruger about a 10. I wouldn't even put him a 9.
Yeah, I would say he's a bit better than Matt, but not by much. He's more experienced, but you got to compare power levels, tier of ranger, feats. Matt was able to scrap with Lord Zed for a little bit. Kruger is strictly in his mentor role throughout the entire series. The entire season. He doesn't show off that much, except against Emperor Grum at the very end.
And he did him dirty.
I mean, I just don't have enough feats to justify putting Kruger higher. I know some Disney era fanboys are going to be mad at that, say, "Oh, he's at least top 5." But
no, the white Dino Thunder Ranger powers topped his by far. And yeah, I think even the Gold Samurai Ranger was more powerful than Kruger.
Again, I got to put them top 10 because I just don't have enough feats to justify it unless we're counting team ups or
I agree.
Scenes outside of the main SPD itself.
I
just don't have enough.
Best SPD team up was Dino Thunder.
SPD got 2 team ups.
I know it was. Yeah, was it? I thought it was Ninja Storm and SPD.
No,
Or no,
Ninja
they
Storm
did
didn't
a
get.
they did a they had a it was a mix up because they wasn't able to like morph, and they had like one ranger from old veteran teams come back, like Yellow
Yeah,
Dino Thunder, Black
once
Mighty Morphin, yeah.
once a ranger. That was in Operation Overdrive, so that was like 2 years after this one.
Oh, that was Operation Overdrive. Then who was the so it was two Dino Thunder with SPD then?
No, the once a ranger lineup was Adams, Mighty Morphin Black, Dino Thunder Yellow, Bridge or SPD Green got promoted to Red since Sky got promoted in the interim, and Ninja Storm Blue, Tori, and
The
I
Green
want to
Mystic
say
Force.
Mystic Force Green. I want to say there was a pink in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't.
No. But if I was mistaken, Operation Overdrive, they lost connection to the morphing grid, and I think they had Billy and from the command center come and help them.
Alpha. I don't think it
Or
was Billy.
what was it? Was it Alpha or was it? I know it was somebody that they brought to.
Not gonna lie, I hated Operation Overdrive as a kid. Now I get the Sentai. Now the Sentai for that Operation Overdrive was based on is not bad, but I just couldn't get up through Operation Overdrive as a kid.
Yeah,
I just
it
couldn't.
wasn't mine my favorite. I like the RPM way better.
Oh yeah, they definitely bounced back with Jungle Fury and RPM.
And then when they came out with dang it, what was that Super Samurai. Yeah, I kept thinking Super Mega Force. I was like, no, not that one, not that one. It was Super Samurai. Yes, Super Samurai was also another, I guess, redemption because the Samurai series it actually kind of hooked me.
I almost say about Megaforce is that's a combination of two Sentai series crammed together because they wanted the legendary battle more than anything.
Poor direct.
If you just wanted the one that had the legendary battle, just adapt that one.
Yeah, Megaforce just had poor directing.
Have two different teams. You don't need to have the same teams.
And there was a lot of behind the scenes drama going on. Just have two separate casts.
Right. And so
let's move on to number 8.
The OG.
You are not putting Mighty Morphin Tommy this low. Come on.
No.
You're trolling at this point. At least top 5.
He's in my top 5. I'm just going by what I had researched for 2 days. And I'm finding the same list on every website. And are
we talking strictly MMPR Tommy or Tommy as a whole throughout his entire career?
We're talking about like his entire range of Master Morpher White Ranger Tommy.
So it's just MMPR, just MMPR.
Yeah, like where he came back in Ninja Steel for the Super Mega Force.
He's talking about Dimensions in
Danger. Yeah, that one. That because you know how he can go into the Master Morpher and he still
even if he's not in his prime anymore, I'd say he's at least like right at 5, maybe 6. I wouldn't put him at an 8.
Top 5 easily for White. Yeah, so skip this one. We don't want to see this one.
And so look, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so I guess corporate is putting in number 7 is the Ranger Slayer.
I could see it because she's been brainwashed by Draken for 10 plus years. Well. I could see that being 7. I could see that.
Yeah, same.
And they're putting number 6, Death Ranger.
Who the hell is that?
Death Ranger.
I've never heard of it.
Death Ranger is a ranger who is like, he's not actual like living, like is in his word. He is an entity, part of the morphing grid, but he's pure like evil. He can literally, I guess, travel through Host and still morph.
What is this, Power Ranger Zombies?
Yeah, he could he could go within Host and just morph.
Oh God, Marvel Zombies mixed with Body Snatchers. Jesus Christ, I'm back in the 2000s.
It's actually in the comics, and I think you get a glimpse of him in one of the episodes of Shattered Grid, because I think Death Rangers just started like people kept trying to kill him, but right at the brink of death, he transferred himself into the person that was trying to kill him and morphed. I was like, I said, okay, so now we got a body snatching ranger. Oh, okay, okay.
I have to go back for the Omega Ranger
It's
comics.
boom comics. It's their
Okay,
idea.
I'll check it out, man. But this looks like Power Ranger Zombie to me, man. But I'll check it out.
And so in number 5, we're in the top 5 now. We got the Lunar Wolf.
I would not put Lunar Wolf above Tommy, but I see where you're coming from.
They're
Yeah.
saying that his unique abilities and just how he was already a trained warrior of
And
the
he was a Naku for 3,000 years.
and he has the I guess the animal crystals Q. He can literally bop you upside the head with 3 crystals like a pool stick. And then he has one of the powerfulest Zords back in the day was the Predazord.
You're gonna piss off a lot of fanboys putting Tommy below top 5, but
Oh no, we're not. We got more. We got more. We got more. We're gonna shoot the number 4, and we got the Omega Rangers.
something tells me the Omega Rangers are OP.
Basically, it's 3 veteran or rangers that the emissaries deemed worthy, and just like instead of taking them from their like Mighty Morphin state,
Wait, is this their version?
Jason Lee Scott is the Red Omega.
So this is they replaced the conference, or they retconned the conference.
So they retconned the conference and basically said instead of them going to the conference, they went into space for special mission and became Rangers.
Okay.
So I
heard about it, but I did not read Omega Ranger when it was coming out. I thought it was just a spinoff.
And so number 3, we got Jason Lee Scott.
No.
Oh, you can't say this man is not.
Jason and Tommy should have been flipped. Jason and Tommy should have been flipped. If you are counting
Saban's putting him at number 3.
Hey,
I don't trust him. I don't trust him with the temple.
Nah.
And
next,
Saban put in number 2 the emissaries.
Okay, I can see. I can see that. Because they're
I'd rather prefer seeing that. No, I see the emissary number 3.
Emissaries at number 3. Okay, I wonder who number 1 is.
And number 1, the most powerfulest of them all, is over 90% agree that Draken is the most powerfulest Ranger. And you got to think it's still Tommy. It's still freaking Tommy, bro. I told you. Still freaking Tommy.
No, kid. No, kid, take off.
This is a whack ass list, man.
Hey, it's not mine. I'm going off of, I guess, other people's.
I don't trust this. I don't trust that list with a 10-foot barge pole.
Hey, I didn't make the list. Okay, I got it from a source.
No, but I don't trust it.
Yeah, they're putting Draken as
I'd put Tommy the Green Ranger from MMPR tied with Jason Lee Scott from MMPR Zio top 1.
Jason and Tommy should definitely be tied within the top 3. I will agree with Talati on this one.
And what's up? Hey, you caught us within the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I'd wait. I'd wait actually like.
But yeah,
I did my review, but terrible.
Yeah,
let's
just get for the main topic, Tevia. Let's just get for the main topic, then you can rant as much as you want.
But yeah, we were talking about how Saban and a lot of people voted in America that Draken is the most powerfulest Ranger to exist.
He's not really a Ranger, he's more a villain. I call him more the anti-White Ranger.
he's definitely an anti-hero, but I have
No, he's not anti-hero. He's a villain. He's not anti-hero.
Like they were mad that he was number 3.
That's funny.
Look, literally everyone voted him number 3.
the fact that that any version of Tommy is below the top 5 is a travesty.
Yep.
And
But he's more evil Tommy from a different reality.
Tavia, do you know who that is?
I don't know who it is.
Death Ranger.
Basically, Power Rangers made their version of Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, basically he's like a demon / spirit, and he can travel within Host and morph.
Hold that thought.
Oh Lord,
Okay.
here we go.
You sent him on the rant.
You brought this on yourself, kid. You brought this on yourself.
Look, hold up. Oh, wait.
No.
Oh man! Thank God we're a small channel. Jesus Christ!
What?
Wait, hold up.
Wait, Wait, I'm confused. Huh?
Hold up. I will actually read y'all what Death Ranger is.
Oh,
okay.
It's Black Flash. That's the best way to put it. Yeah.
Okay,
it's Black Flash.
Yep.
Let me see. Okay, it says the legendary Omega Rangers defended the universe from evil from thousands of years. The 6 of them using their elemental powers. Come on. Using their elemental powers to protect others from sinister forces, but all that changed when one key member turned on the others. Seduced by death-defying powers of the Ranger's greatest foe, how does this Ranger connect to what's locked in mysterious Omega Vault in Safe Haven so many millennia later, as even converges in highly anticipated Charge to 100? Basically, if any of the Rangers or villains tried to kill him, he basically takes over that person. He takes over that person. You can't kill him.
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar. Wait a second. That's like Vindex from RPM. From Power RPM. Not just Vindex, but from that recent special that we got on Netflix with Rita.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're comparing Once and Always to this.
Kind of. Yeah.
Get him out.
With the same plot, kind of, but unlike her, the Death Ranger who can't be killed.
So one is essentially a Ranger gone rogue, corrupted, and is now essentially zombies. And the other is an attempt to revive Zordon gone wrong. Robo Rita has an in-universe explanation for the death of Trini. Tevi, you're talking about 2 completely different stories.
Kind of, but there was one more story with Vindex. You know, the AI who went rogue.
Oh, Beast Morpher. That's the one you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. No. That's not Beast Morpher. No, that's from RPM.
Yeah, but you said he comes back from RPM.
Oh, yeah, he does come back. Yeah, that's true.
But Tavia, so what is your input? Like, do you think what is your opinion on Shattered Grid being made into like an animated TV show?
I would love that for a lot of reasons. One, that giving out the anime series will give it more story. 2, it will expand the story at the adapted anime amazing. 3, the biggest one, you can go full crazy on your body with the story, adapt the story correctly, and go with full dark. Not dark, not go extreme violent dark. No, not that extreme. But you can do Shattered Grid, adapt the story, and just go crazy. It'll be awesome. Shattered Grid one story that should be adapted to an anime movie. Problem with the President World JDF. Oh, that put behind JDF's gone.
He would have made look, and you got to think they teased it too. They gave us a teaser of Shattered Grid with
they did,
Jason David Frank. Yeah, I was like, oh, I wanted it so bad.
But I want that so bad. It looked amazing.
But I do agree. I feel like this would have been way better animated instead of live action.
Yeah.
Live action would have been too ambitious. Now, as much as I appreciate the promo and Jason David Frank doing the voiceover, that is a very tall feat to pull off in live action. These are the same people who can even adapt a literal legendary battle. You had all the footage. The only thing you had cut off in the Sentai was the video game cut, was the Megazord scenes. That was it.
Yeah, you could adapt that correctly, but you messed it up. But I didn't also.
And then
Raunchy
you get,
editing.
and I could see this being more of like a American animated show.
So
Wait, you're comparing this to My Adventures with Superman? So
No,
American
maybe-
wannabe.
I'm talking about like you
Get him
look,
out. Jay, get him out of his own show now. Get him out. Get
I
him
did
out of
not
his
say
own show.
that.
No,
I
get him out of his
Let
own show
him
now.
cook. Let him cook.
I did not say that. I just saying that I could see this like animated wise, like if it was to like instead of using like CGI, I see it like using like
I don't
animated
want to see the
style,
animation.
you know.
Okay.
I see it using more like anime style, you know, like animated instead of like
Okay, I think what you're trying to say, kid. Come on, he's my brother. Come on, he's my brother, and I love him. So no homo. I'll bail him out. What he's trying to say, what kid is trying to say, he wants to go for more animated style or more anime inspired. But the first thing people think of is My Adventures with Superman. Jesus,
Wait.
I didn't
Wait.
even think of that.
Wait, actually, kid, if you're right, that could work. Hear me out. But some of it is not
Depending on the
also that could
production
work.
team, Tevia. Depending on the production team. That's
Toei
a high call.
animation. Toei.
Oh,
Jay,
Funimation
he's teaming right now.
Entertainment.
There's 3 All-Stars that can work.
DM me, man. Jesus.
Oh, shit.
A card spot inspired All-Star. This can work for Shy Gray. Often
Oh,
too.
yeah.
This anime style I think about to for Shy Gray. I know.
Okay.
Okay,
I know.
what about Dragon Ball superhero CGI?
Yep.
Oh,
Third option. You didn't say my hero.
too much CGI could be a bad
You
thing.
thought it was amazing to adapt for Shy Gray.
Well, how do you think? Well, how do you and Taladia think this should be like animated?
Yep.
Oh,
It's simple.
oh, Buster God.
Yep.
It's simple to do the animation.
Oh.
Just make it a simple animation show. It doesn't need to be, like My Adventure with Superman or like My Hero Academia or Dragon
Or
Ball.
Demon Slayer.
It could be something simple and realistic.
Make it
Something
like Spider-Man
simple.
Across the Spider-Verse. Ah, Tevia, yeah.
No, not Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. No.
Yep.
No, nothing like that.
You also they can work. If you adapt Shy Gray of a medium, it can work.
Tevia, let Taladia cook.
Oh, okay.
Think more along the lines of what we got for the animation style for the DC AMU style. That could work.
Right.
I can see that being the Camu style. I can actually see that.
Yeah. The Camu style can work for Power Rangers Child Grid.
I think that could work. Maybe.
The solid shading, CGI models.
Mm-hmm.
The only hard part is getting the Megazords in that style. But other than that,
There's one more art style that could work. And this one, actually, I can probably screen share this one.
Okay.
Let's see. Screen share screen.
Because we got 5 minutes left, Tevia, just to let you know.
Okay.
No, Castlevania's too broad, man. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I would. That animated style won't work.
Not with Power Rangers. That's easily going to clash.
No. You don't need to go full dark. You don't need to go full dark. You don't need to go that extreme. But you can adapt the animation from the series and try and Power Rangers. Not go full extreme. Not go that dark. But to take your anime style and the champion Power Rangers. Boom. Thumbs up. Easy. Simple.
If they cut back on some of the CGI, maybe, but even then.
I mean, yeah. and I feel like they and one and all in Power Rangers Mighty Morphin Once and Always the special. I ain't gonna lie, the Megazord scene, I ain't gonna lie, was an improvement compared to back in the day, in my opinion.
The CGI wasn't that good, but
Yeah, wasn't good, but
It
you
was
don't
it
tell
was
me it was
better.
TV.
It was better. Like compared to back then where it really looked like they moved an action figure over a toy
So
over
remember,
a toy city.
those magazines were from Japan. They were sending that footage.
I kind of liked it the whole like, it looked it more like realistic than like toy like,
And,
that's pure. Okay, I'm not gonna be a purist about it, but you're comparing established Sentai footage to CGI that was crapped out in a couple of months. Like, come on, there's
Yeah.
no comparison there. If it was more polished, you'd have a point, but
Taladia's like, this is like death to my ears right now.
Yeah, it is. It is. And on that note, I think this is a good way we could wrap it up. I think because coming up to the hour mark.
yeah,
All right,
let's go ahead and get
that's
some
fine.
final thoughts.
All right. Anything y'all want to say about y'all's channel? Any upcoming?
So tomorrow, myself and Jared from Comics League will be doing Batman Arkham live stream where he criticizes my gameplay as I play through Batman Arkham Asylum for the on the Return to Arkham series. So we're doing the Batman Arkham Road to Suicide Squad series. That's what we're doing. And then on Wednesday is the Super Wonder stream. Yes, Jared, Jay, I said it. Super Wonder stream, right?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, and we'll be covering issue 4, where it's General Zod strikes again. So
Ooh.
we'll be talking about General Zod in that exciting episode for my not my video Superman. Um, what's it called? Super Wonder series. I also got my collab with Jay Heat tomorrow. That's also coming up. At 1 o'clock in the morning, my time, BST, as we talk My Adventure with Superman and the losers of Lois Lane, the Council of Losers of Lois Lane. I will never let that off.
Episode 6. I think we said that for Wednesday going into Thursday, Talati, if I remember correctly.
Wednesday to Thursday. Okay.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
And
Um,
on my
but yeah,
channel. Oh, go ahead.
just one quick thing. Also, I'm gonna say this right now. Myself and Nick from the Phoenix Press will be doing a collab next week as we go over Screecher issue 2. And
Woo!
so we'll be stay tuned for that.
As for me, please be on the lookout for the SWTOR playthroughs. I am also planning a collab with Phoenix Press on 2100 and maybe Screecher 2 as well if we can get down to it. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, my collab with Talati on My Adventures of Superman episodes 6 through 10. The Ahsoka review should be coming out in a few days, episodes 1 to 4. I might squeeze episode 5 in the end of that one. That way, get the Hayden Christensen fan service out the way and how I felt about it.
Dynamic Trio.
Oh, right. That's the one. And Dynamic Trio, where we discuss Toritaro or Torible's original fan manga, Dragon Ball AF.
Cringe.
Wait, what
That takes
AF
me back. That takes me so back. Oh, don't get me started. That was your favorite topic back in the day, Jay Heat.
Not really, man. I mean, we didn't. This was
No.
GT.
You played Raging Blast. You recreated the battles in Raging Blast, dude.
How? We didn't have original characters in Raging Blast. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. You
Anyway,
Wait, I'm confused.
Oh no, that was What If that you did. That was What
I'm
If.
lost.
it's like a fan dub thing, Tavia.
It was actually good.
That.
It's
So
actually animated very well.
Team 4-star.
No, it
Yeah,
was
it's like-
No, it's a fan manga, but you can find a read over or someone reviewing it on YouTube, basically. Toritaro wrote this like 10, 15 years ago.
it was
Yeah.
animated real well for its time. But
So,
on my channel,
is there anything else you want?
I'm dynamic trio with my brother Jay Heat. Y'all can stay tuned for him for details on that. I got a lot of Apex clips I got to edit. Uh, I kind of went ham last night, so I got like 15 clips that I need to edit at some point.
And Tevia, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah. Wait. Should we get bound on our side grid?
Sure, go ahead. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I find myself great. So I read a great story. I love that story. It should be adapted in a movie and a series at this point because yes, so you
Go nuts. You burned it, man. Go
no,
nuts.
I know, but I don't think you can remove the
Tevia,
banner.
the banner. Hunter,
Yeah.
the banner.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, what was that? Oh yeah. Sad I love a story. It's a great comic. I love that event. It was a great event. One of the best events I read in a decade. It's a great story. It should have been done in anime series form or in a movie or something. It's a great movie. Well, not in comic. It should be adapted. Yes, I know. We got actually a Sad a video game, but not a fighting game. That didn't count. If I wanted an actual story adapted, it's another one. Actually, do that game. I'm gonna make him like me. But as far as that concerned, really sad, great. But on that note, oh yeah, as the tell you what I have a channel. Okay, I did 2 videos today. One with the Life Straight Funny ending. Thank God, that didn't any funny. The second one was the movie I watched. Yes, just what it is. Yes. Give up.
Give up.
Yeah, I give up.
It was fucking Armageddon. God Almighty, this movie is bad. I did do my research around that movie. If you want to check out that video, I give you the link to it. Actually, I put the video link to it actually on the in the chat actually. Content. Yeah, here it is.
Wait, is this like? Yeah, because I heard Avengers they were shutting down the servers on that game.
No. They at the Spike it again, not Avengers.
Oh, Spy Kids Armageddon. Wait,
Yeah.
that movie came out years ago.
No. They a new one.
It's a new one. They came out with a new Spy Kids.
Yeah, a new Spy Kids movie came out.
Did anyone even did this generation even know what Spy Kids even is?
Dude, this generation just doesn't know what imagination and creativity is.
Yeah.
We're getting
Like,
sequels to movies that like we haven't seen in ages.
Yeah, it did.
First the Shark Boy
I did my
sequel,
way.
now this.
God of mine, I went at the movie. What the fuck was it? Like they didn't repeat the same plot 1, 2, and 3, but crammed the one movie. What? If you want to tell the same story, do something different. Not take 1, 2, and 3. It's bad. Thank God I didn't like that movie. Yeah.
But on that note,
Wait. That's two things I do want to add. For tomorrow, I'm doing a review of Action Comics, The Flash, Side Flash, and the kind of tomorrow. Yeah, check that out. Review of Spider again. What am I doing for tomorrow? Flash, Action Comics. I think I'm looking at tomorrow. And I think that's what I can have tomorrow. I thought any other reviewing for tomorrow. I think that's all I got for wait. Wednesday I'm gonna be at the Open Invasion. The final issue of Open Invasion. I'm gonna review that book. So I'm gonna review that. And I think that's all I got.
all
Oh yeah,
right.
I was watching this. Yeah.
All right. So I hope everybody had a fun time. Please follow these wonderful people. At Taladia Plays, at J Heat Blaze, and Tevia. How do you pronounce that? Smoker?
Smoker.
Smoker. I was like, it looks like an O instead of an A.
K-A. Yep.
Smoker. All right, so follow them too, and those three, and I'm your boy Kid Takeoff, and we will see y'all on the next Power Hour. Peace out.